Beyonce's looking at those two birds outside. God, I feel like I look like I'm having some sort of allergic reaction just to life. Right, sorry if I sound a bit bunged up. It's not COVID, but I just feel like I've got a bit of a head cold. I've got like sinus and head stuff going on, and also a shit show of a nail situation. I painted them myself yesterday, and then some of them have peeled off, so I'm actually going to get my nails done today, but yeah, this is the situation for now. I should have just peeled them all off actually. So some people have asked me what my goals were in recovery, like what was my why for recovering, and a lot of my goals were actually what I called like my little but really my big goals. So like I did have some actual big goals, like objectively big things, like being able to start a family, getting married to Bren, but a lot of my goals were like almost so bizarre, like for someone to hear them they wouldn't really sound like goals at all. It was like the things which a lot of people in life would just completely take for granted. But for me, these things were like completely life-changing. Things like being able to go to a restaurant without having Googled the menu days in advance and like pored over it, calculating all the calories. Or like not remembering events and things that had happened based on food. So like if my family were talking about like a holiday or a time we'd been out together or something like that, like I could have recalled what everyone around the table had eaten. Like more so than the conversation or what we did or anything, like food was everything. Or even just not feeling cold all the time. Yeah, stuff that a lot of people would have taken for granted, but it was like monumental to me. So yeah, I called them my little but really my big goals. And I wanted to try and do a video like in real time, like IRL, to show some of those things that have improved, because they're like the weird little things that kind of could get forgotten or that no one else can even see. Even now I keep noticing these things that have changed, and I'm like so grateful for the change, and I'll try and like capture some of them. I don't know how it's gonna work. Let's see. Thank you. There's something that's really improved actually, ordering a coffee from Starbucks. I'm not like faffing around making my order like, can you use this, can you use that, can you use that, da 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 da. Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh my god, what a nightmare. Oh my god, I've not even unlocked the car. What the shit? Well, I'm up it. When I used to go to Starbucks, I'd literally be like trying to like peer round the corner of the counter as they were making my coffee, checking like what milk are they using, are they using sugar-free syrup, whatever. And I guess letting go of like having to have those lower calorie options is just so liberating, because it doesn't matter. What if they give me full milk instead of skimmed milk? But now I have full milk, so like where else can you go? Like I don't need to have the lower calorie anything. There's no pressure on that. So yeah, just make it as it comes, you know? Like that was such a dream for me, to just be able to order straight from a menu. To have an iced mocha and not fuck about with options. Thank you. Which might seem like an odd goal to someone, but yeah, it's one of my little but big goals. My eyes are actually exploding. I think one of the reasons these kind of like smaller goals were so impactful for me in recovery is that sometimes the like objectively big goals were things that I almost could actually do with my eating disorder. So if I had a goal of something like, I don't know, I want to be able to get a job, my eating disorder didn't always hold me back from being able to do those things. Like in some ways it did. Like there are a lot of things I just couldn't do because I was impaired, like physically, mentally, emotionally, I was impaired. But I could still kind of think to myself like, I can still get a job. But then my little goals, they were more like the experience of the thing I was doing. So like with work, I didn't just want to get a job. I wanted to get a job and be able to eat cake in the office if it was someone's birthday, be able to concentrate on the job, be able to be fully present in it, be able to work the hours without getting tired, be able to sit in the office without being too cold. You know, the things that are like less obvious, they're less objective than that big goal of like, I want to get a job, but it's all the shit that goes along with it that just the eating disorder destroys. So I don't really know how to put that into words. I don't think I've done a very good job, but yeah, I feel like even if there are things you can do in life with an eating disorder, like to me anyway, life isn't just like checking boxes, it's about like being present with the stuff you do, like fully enjoying it, being properly involved in it, re-experiencing it, and not being like half taken up with food or your body or exercise or whatever it is. I really don't think I explained that very well. Sorry. Oh, what was that? Bertie? Don't go with it, Stevie. Right, this is another thing which was like a massive revelation in recovery, is that food actually goes off now in the fridge. Okay, so these strawberries are like, don't even know how long they've been in there. That's actually quite gross. They're mouldy. Chuck them away. This is so incredible to me because I used to have such a like mental inventory of everything that was in the kitchen. Like there was just no way something would have gone off without me realising it. Everything in the fridge was planned, like when was it going to be eaten? Even now we've got like leftovers, chicken nuggets. This is one of our dinners in the week. We had like a prawn green Thai curry with noodles. Like rice from a takeaway curry. I can't even remember when we had that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that was like a fish pie. Yeah, I was just so planned with like when everything was going to be used in the fridge, who was going to eat what when, and then I'd be pissed off if like someone ate something that I'd planned to eat, or they didn't eat something that I'd planned for them to eat. Like, poor Bren, not the wife that I want to be, not the person I want to be, not the life I want to live. I got a caramel macchiato today. I've been getting mochas a lot recently, but yeah, I fancy caramel today. So I started this video at the weekend. It's Tuesday today, I think. Anyway, I realised that the fridge was quite empty, other than for a shit ton of leftovers, and that is also something that would never have happened when I was ill. I absolutely freaked out when there wasn't loads of food in the house. I guess because I was starved and I was in that like scarcity mindset, and my body was just compelling me to be around food all the time and to know that there was lots of food in, and I was really hoardy with food. Actually, I was really hoardy with everything, but it wasn't just enough to have like one box of cereal bars in. I'd need to have multiple boxes to know that we weren't going to run out. And I guess now that my body is not starved, like I'm a lot more relaxed about it. I guess because my body isn't like find food all the time, and it trusts that it's going to get something to eat. Like even if there's not food in the house, we'll get a takeaway for dinner, or I'll go to Starbucks and get a cake. Like I just know that I'll be able to eat. Like I don't need tons of food around me. I don't know why. I just don't. Like in the fridge now, there is a bit more food than the other day. I think at the weekend I bought some salmon, beef and chicken, and that's done our meals. So we had like chicken pasta pesto, and like, oh, you can't even see it, but this was a beef stew made in the overnight cooker with like veg and potatoes and a tomato sauce. It was lush. And then another weird little bit big goal was to be able to have open packets of things in the house. How do I get in? Like this might seem so mundane for someone who doesn't have a history of disordered eating, but for me to be able to have, what are they, caramel crispy mini bites open in the house is like absolutely massive. Like when I was ill, any open food in the kitchen used to like burn a hole through my brain. I couldn't concentrate on anything when I knew there was an open packet of something. I guess again because all my body wanted to do was eat, so my brain prioritized food over anything. And then I guess I'd be so scared that I would binge on open packets of food, or that if I didn't binge on them, I would just be sat thinking about them. And now it is incredible. Like I can forget food is in the kitchen. We can have like open packets of cereal, even like things of peanut butter and honey, or like crisps and chocolate bars. Like we normally have some crisps when we're making dinner, and then we have chocolate after dinner, and we can buy it in like the bigger portions, and it doesn't drive me insane when it's sat waiting in the kitchen. And like I can have chocolate after dinner and then forget about it, and then the next day be like, oh, chocolate, I fancy it. Or if I fancy it in between, like I'll let myself have it in between. But I guess because my body knows it's going to be allowed it, and like I'm familiar with the taste of it now, I have it all the time, like it just doesn't drive me crazy. And like those might sound like such crazy goals to other people, but for me to be able to like not have that much food in the house, or to have open food in the house, or just to have whatever in the house and not have it like be burnt into my brain and like be the most important thing in my life is just Like, so liberating.
You just get up and dance. Get up and smile. Get up and dream to the one that gone in the shortest while. Get up and dance. Get up and smile. Get up and dream to the one that gone in the shortest while.
He's off.
What do you say to someone who's been taken away for they've had the chance to fly in the sun?
Oh, those lyrics are beautiful.
Just get up and dance. Get up and smile. Get up and dream to the ones that are gone in the shortest while.
Another thing that's changed is I actually use my things now. I light nice candles and I make myself a nice spot when I'm working. Got a little dog. Hey, bird. I'm also so much better at using up my creams. This one's nearly finished. So is this one. And this one actually, nearly finished. This smelled lush, by the way. My sister-in-law gave it to me for Christmas. It came in a set with this one too. Oh, they're so nice. All of these were actually presents from people. It's actually so sweet. One of my friends dropped off like a little hamper after Alfie had died with like some nice creams and candles, some nice snacks, that kind of thing. And I guess it was stuff for me to use to be nice to myself from my friend, which is exactly what I have done with all of these. Like, I haven't hoarded them. This candle is actually also from a friend. It's got Alfie's name on it in Arabic. And she actually had them made so that she gives me like one a month on the 29th of each month, which is like the day he was born. And they've all got different things for him on them, like a photo of him or a photo of wildflowers, which is kind of like our little symbol for him. It's such a sweet and thoughtful present. Like every day when I work, I can light one of his little candles next to me. And Bren's actually just had a bath. That's why it's lit in the bathroom at the moment. This is another thing which I was really hoardy with when I was ill, like little gift boxes or jewellery boxes. I was always just like, oh, they're so pretty and I'll put all my things in it or I'll use it when I give somebody else a present. But I never do, and then I just end up collecting a shit ton of boxes. Now when I buy things like jewellery, I actually ask them not to give me a box. I'm like, oh, I'll just wear it now. It's just such a waste, and then I just end up cluttered up with boxes. So I'm gonna throw this one away now, although I am gonna keep the little Alfie paper. I think my sister gave me that actually, with this necklace. It's like little eternity circles with Alfie's birthstone. I just love any kind of like necklace, jewellery, anything with like an A on it or a little Alfie I can wear to keep him with me a bit. He was born in March, so his birthstone is aquamarine, which is just so pretty. Right, this is another thing which keeps happening all the time now that I don't have this like running mental inventory of everything that's in the kitchen. So I popped out to get some more bits for dinner for the next couple of nights. Breaded fish and some beef. And then I just pick up some random veg. Oh God. So I got some broccoli, not realising that we actually already have one in the fridge. So now I have a shit ton of broccoli. Right, I'm ready. It actually feels really strange getting ready to go out. It feels so weird going out after being in for so long.
I know. Good on us. Good on we deserve it.
We deserve it. I know we go for like breakfast and lunch and stuff, but like actually going out like this, getting dressed up, I'm like, what is this?
We deserve it, darling.
Oh, we deserve it.
Don't feel guilty in the slightest.
Betty, now come up. Good boy. I bought myself a new watch. It's actually a really like novel thing for me to be able to do, to wear a watch, because when I was ill, I had such a messed up relationship with time. I like always knew what the time was. I was always trying to fill my time and make sure I was distracted from thinking about food. And then I was counting down until the next time that I could eat. And I was trying to space my meals out with perfect amounts of time. Just time. It absolutely tortured me. So it's been weirdly nice to be able to buy a watch and know that it's not going to drive me insane. And this. Betty, no, careful. No, darling. Another really weird goal of mine was just to be able to wear a t-shirt. I was just so cold all the time, and that like unbearably painful cold where it is just cold through to your core. And yeah, I was always like in a jumper and stuff. I couldn't just wear a t-shirt, like something that people would just completely take for granted, but now I'm like, oh, I'm wearing a t-shirt. And there are so many other things with food as well, like down to the types of food I can eat now. Things like being able to put salad dressing on salad. And it gives you so much freedom, because then if you like eat out or you go to a friend's for barbecue or something like that, you're not terrified of like, are they putting the dressing on the salad? Should I bring my own salad in a little Tupperware? Same with things like, I used to always have like veg or salad with my meal, but being able to eat a meal that's just spaghetti bolognese or just a curry on rice, something that doesn't require a side salad or a side veg. I never thought I would be able to eat meals like that. So I was always terrified to eat at other people's houses, because if they did something like spaghetti bolognese, I'd be like, fuck, where's my side salad? Yeah, being able to let other people cook for me was actually a really big goal. Have we got any cheese? And even being able to let people portion for me, like letting Brendan serve dinner and then me just taking either of the bowls. Like now Bren will just like make us breakfast or make us lunch. I'm not like petrified. I don't feel like I need control over everything. I don't need to be in the kitchen watching what he's doing, like having my little fingers in it. Thank you. But have you lost your toy? Actually a cat toy. I think Bertie's so small. Like, I buy him dog toys, but he always just prefers the cat's toys. Being able to get takeaway was another big goal. Betty, that's candles. No, darling. Yeah. Very good toy. And particularly being able to get a takeaway on my own. I used to dream of like Brendan being out for a night and me just being able to get a burger and just lie on the sofa and watch TV on my own, like, and now I can do it, and I do love it. Like, it's such a nice thing to be able to do, but something I just didn't even think that was going to be an option for me in my life. Like, I'd kind of written it off, like that is just not something I would even contemplate doing. Or just cooking dinner for myself when Bren was out, and not having those thoughts in my head that like, this is an opportunity, like you need to make the most of it. When someone's not there, you need to eat like a shitty little dinner. Like, it's a chance to get away with some calories. Where are you off to, darling? Wanna go out? You wanna go out? And then I don't want to make it look like this stuff was like really easy to change, or like I just clicked my fingers and I was done. Or that I'm like special or lucky because it's changed. Like, I'm not at all. I'm just not starved. I don't restrict my food, and I've worked really hard with a lot of repetition over like challenging these things, like having a takeaway at home on my own, going out to a restaurant and ordering straight from the menu, going to a cafe on my own, forcing myself to have like meals without a side salad or adding salad dressing. And it was really, really horrible to do. Like, I absolutely had to use feel shit and do it anyway, like challenge, repeat, feel shit and do it anyway. I kind of just think like life isn't for existing through, you know, we're not just trying to like function our way through life. You can enjoy it, you can use your nice things, you can connect to people, you can think about things other than food. You can like find fun in things, you can laugh at things. These are all the things that I'm so grateful for in my recovery, even if they're like invisible to other people. And I'm sorry that I've been kind of like erratic with posting the videos. Maybe I should aim for like one every 2 weeks or something. I'll try and get better. It's just, yeah, I don't know, sometimes they're just still a bit hard for me to do. But anyway, lots of love.